Hey gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today in Might and Magic Fates, two things for you. Number one, the game is now available on Steam, so go download it if you haven't already. It's been kind of nice being able to seamlessly switch between PC and mobile. Also, I've got my free-to-play Inferno deck that I want to run through with all of you and then show you some live gameplay of it. I've really been enjoying it. It's a nice little break from the Academy deck, so let's get into it. All right, and welcome back. Let's go ahead and walk through my Inferno deck. So this is a free-to-play deck. I have not spent any money on the game. One thing I will say, because it is something I noticed in some of the comments that came up in my last video, which if you haven't seen, I'll put a link up to it right over here, just really going over the roadmap and then sharing my free-to-play Academy deck. But RNG comes into play huge. So yes, this is a free-to-play deck, but you may be playing as long as I have, but maybe the RNG wasn't there for you. I've gotten lucky on a few cards, so it's been nice to be able to put them in the decks. But again, RNG with pack openings and everything right now. Also, I completely understand there's not a whole lot in the game right now. All we have are some quests. We've talked about that. And then we're just playing the game. So there's a lot of this stuff that we have talked about in that roadmap video that's not out yet. So it may seem a little light, but just remember this is early access, brand new. It's been out for, what, a little over a week? So more is going to come. I think there's a lot of potential with the game. So let's go ahead, take a look at my Inferno deck. Right here. All right, so here's my Inferno deck. My goal on the Inferno deck is to do as much damage as quickly as possible, not just to the enemy hero, but to their creature cards and buildings and things like that as well. So I leaned into a lot of spells and I leaned into a lot of cleave damage. There's only a few cards in here that I have with cleave, but as I unlock more cards, I'll see where they might fit into my deck. So right now I got some nice zero cost fire bolts here that does 1 damage. I do have this Hellfire Imp in my deck as well that increases my spell power, but there's also a artifact that I have that is going to help do a little bit more damage as well. So I got a couple of those. Always nice to have zero cost. Plus, it's +2 gold. So 0 cost gold, but it also generates gold, which is nice. This club, as opposed to the club that only generates 1 gold. This is nice too. The stun. The stun is nice to stun your enemy hero. I mean, the enemy's hero to slow their progression. If you can slow their progression and slow them down from unlocking their abilities, that gives you an upper hand. Also, you can obviously use it on creatures as well. If you got that one creature that's just going to do some massive damage and you want to hold them off a little bit, you can stun them as well. I like Heat Wave as a spell for right now. It's only 1 damage, but it also damages adjacent entities as well. So it does that cleave damage, so to speak. Inheritance is good because you can always, it's always nice to shovel card, add it to your hand, but also add that gold production as well. So you have opportunity to play more cards. I got Frenzied Maniac in here for now until I come across something better. Very low defense, but high attack. Again, as much damage as I possibly can to take the enemy out as fast as I can, because that's really what this deck is all about. Make sure you get through it fast. Long-standing deck, not so much. So for this right here, I end up sacrificing this guy a lot because I can get him up to 4, up to 6, up to 8 damage and really do some massive damage to the enemy. Here's that Hellfire Imp I was talking about. I do want to get another one. I only have 1 right now, and it is cool that I got the foil version of it. The Mercenaries. I have them in here for right now. I've already swapped this one out for somebody else. They are kind of nice. That flanking damage, giving that +2 attack when you attack enemies on the far left or far right of your enemy's board. So I've got them in there for right now. Wandering Bard I think is critical, especially for the Inferno deck for right now, because it gives that extra attack and that extra defense, especially when you have like the Frenzied Maniac here that only has 1 defense. So it's nice to have that. This is Rune of Flame. I was talking about this earlier, the artifact. I just got this. So whenever you cast a fire spell, then you're going to deal 1 damage to 2 random entities. So not only are you doing that single damage from like Firebolt or from the Heat Wave and doing that adjacent damage as well, you're also going to do some random damage here. So that's kind of nice. I would like to get another one of these. Barricade. At least for right now, there's not a whole lot of creatures that have Protector. So I've been using Barricade to force my enemy to attack other cards that may not be a Protector. So it just gives me that option. I use it a fair amount, not every single hand, but I do use it a fair amount. Rally Flag, always good in order to get initiative. Demented to give characters +1 attack, again, to build up the total attack so we can do as much damage as possible. I like the Hellhound for the cleave. Kind of low, but you get him out there and really do that cleave damage. Again, I end up sacrificing this card quite a bit as well just to do that cleave damage and really break down the enemy. I like the Spell Hungry Breeder. I haven't had an opportunity to use it as much as I would like, but when I do, it really works out really well because I've got all these spells, and then I do that additional attack, and then I just do some massive damage with this Spell Hungry Breeder. I typically don't put them out on my enemy's initiative because they usually will take them out. When I put them out, it's usually on my initiative that I do that. Firehound, nice cleave here, 4. That's pretty good. Ravager, cleave, no, Protector here. Here's one Protector that I have, which is nice. You marry this up with up here with the Wandering Bard just to get some additional defense there as well. Swelling Breeder, ranged cleave. I like this a lot, so I use that quite a bit. Tormentor, this is part of the starter deck. It is nice, high defense, low attack, but as you get damaged, you increase your attack. So it works out pretty well, especially when I put Barricade on this one and make this one a tank, a protector. And then I got the Lava Spawn. This one has worked out off and on. It's very dependent on, obviously, the battle. Obviously, all of this is, but I don't know. I may keep him in there, but or I may swap him out for somebody else. Depends on what I get, but for right now, it works out fairly well. You get this guy and 2 copies of itself. So, and then when I put a Barricade out there, summon this guy and put a Barricade out there, I get 2 immediate protectors. So I've got some options with the deck. I win more often than not, but let's go ahead. Let's jump into a live battle. And again, win or lose, we will see this one play out. And I'm in Platinum 2 right now. No initiative. All right, what do I have? I got some Frenzies. I got the Demented. They've got initiative. So what? I'm going to get what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can do that. Let's do this. All right, let's get that gold production going. Let's see what they throw out. Usually, too, I'll have like an idea of what to throw out, and then they throw their creatures out. They throw all their cards out, and then sometimes it changes what I do. It's interesting that we don't throw all of our cards out at the same time. It makes sense, though. I don't like that card, by the way, especially with the Frenzied Maniac. So we're not starting off in the best position right now. Because if I throw a Frenzied Maniac out, this guy is going to do 1 damage to them, and then they're gone completely. Crud. So I can't throw anybody out, actually. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to throw that guy out there. I really don't like these shields. The cleave helps with that. And I got to get rid of this guy. I got to get rid of that guy. All right. I've got the Firebolt to get rid of this, but I'm hoping cleave will take care of this. Hoping I get something that I can use here. I'm going to take the Firebolt out, though. See if I can get something in here. I do have a cleave, which is nice. All right, so let's get this guy out there. This guy. I'm gonna get both of these guys out here, actually. Nah, I think I'm gonna hold on to one. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna shelve a card. That'll give me an extra card and some extra gold production. Let's see what this guy's got. Okay. Maybe I should. All right. Okay, so the cleave's going to get rid of this. They're going to get rid of this guy. So I'm going to be doing some sacrificing already. So let's do this. Alright, I guess we're going to do that. They're going to take this guy out anyway. Let's get rid of the protector. It's going to summon. Man, that guy again. So that was a waste of a club. All right, let's see what we get. All right, we Heat Wave, Hellfire Imp, the Spell Breeder. Let's see what they throw out. Another Protector. I've got 12. And they're going first. Oh crap! I needed to throw the flame out. That was a waste. That was a mistake. I hate doing that. All right, so I guess I'll throw this out, and then this. I'll just overwhelm the board and see what we can do. I really wish I would have thrown that rune of flame out. Gotta get rid of this thing. Okay, not what I wanted. Let's see what we get. Hopefully we play our cards right this time. Nine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, we'll do that. Throw that out. I am going to throw this back out. Where'd the random damage? Where did that go? All right. Yeah, I figured that was coming. Did we get that one damage to 2 random enemies? I didn't see that. I didn't see that happened. go for... You know what? I wonder if... I'm going to... I'm going to get rid of that one, though. Well, what does that one do? Whenever an enemy creature with fly is summoned, stun it. Well, I don't have any more. All right, I'll keep these. And they've only got room to put one more enemy out. That's one thing to keep an eye on too. On the opposite side, they can only put 5 cards down on the other side, buildings or creatures. So sometimes clogging them up, especially with low. Well, like there's three here that won't do any damage at all. So. And with the shelving here, they could run through their deck a little quick and run out of cards. So something to keep in mind there as well. All right, let's see what we got. See, this guy, I don't want to throw this. I want to throw this guy out on my next turn if I've got some room here. So let's go throw that out. I've got 6 to go. So let's throw you and you and you. And see what we get here. Where are they going to go? Because they've got all low attack on that side. I want to keep them there, actually. Do they have anybody who can take this guy out? You can, so boom. Get rid of it. I'd rather do damage than get taken out and not use it. That should be taken out. Oh, no. All right. I should have used her, but oh well. Maybe they'll... Yeah, okay. Figured since they did that, they would maybe pass her up, but probably not. All right. My initiative next. Hopefully we get to take this guy out next turn. All right, let's see what we get. Cool. I got my Ravager. I got my Cleave. I'm going to use this one. Oh, I can't use that one. So I guess I'm going to use that one. Yeah, they're full. They're done. They are done. Unless they stun me, which I don't think they can. There we go. All right, that was an imperfect play, but it still worked. I was able to turn that one around. So that's my fire deck, my Inferno deck, having a lot of fun with it. I think I'm done with it for right now, and I think I might go on to the next deck and work on that video as well. So very curious. What do you think of the game so far? I know it's very light on content. It's really early access. We've seen the roadmap, so hopefully we see this kind of move along fairly quickly. But very curious on your thoughts. What do you think of the deck as a free-to-play Inferno deck? Yes, RNG comes into play like I talked about before, but Again, I'm enjoying it. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, everybody, as always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. And if you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.